What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. FG2G here, and I got a little food for thought for you as well as for myself, and we'll just call this the fish, the bowl, and the water. I was watching church service online, right? And one of the things a lady mentioned, she's one of the pastors there, she mentioned when God wanted to create the fish and other sea animals and stuff like that, he spoke to the water, right? When he wanted to create the animals, he spoke to the land. When he wanted to create us, he spoke to himself. And so, in that moment, as she was saying what she was saying, some other things came to mind. And so roll with me for a second, okay? Just roll with me. Imagine taking a little kid to a pet store. And this is the greatest pet store that you could ever go to. It's got all the things. And let's say their favorite part is the fish tank area. They are a fish connoisseur. They just, in their mind, they're a fish connoisseur. They like what they like. Ooh, pretty colors type of situation, right? And so y'all get back there and they're looking around and they see tropical color fish. There's vibrant like greens and oranges and the hot pinks and reds and all the things, yellows, all the colors that they really like. And they're like, ooh, I really would like one of those. And ooh, can I have one of the fish that go, a puffer fish, but maybe they don't know the names, but they know what they like when they see it. And all they can, envision is them having said fish. And perhaps you let them know, that you don't mind them having that. It's not a big deal, but maybe not today, because in order for us to have something like that, we have to make preparation. And depending on the maturity of the kid and maybe their ability to understand and comprehend what you're saying in that moment, sometimes all they hear is not today. And it's like, they start pouting. And perhaps you tell them, but in the meantime, what you can do when we get home is clean off the table in the living room or clean off, the shelf in XYZ area, right? Whatever is already there, find a home for it, wipe down, dust it off, clean it up, stuff like that. You can do that while we wait. And they're like, chores? But I was asking for a fish or maybe even a couple of them, but you over here talking about some chores and finding a home for the things and dusting. We are not on the same page. Will you not understanding the words coming out of my mouth? You know what I mean? And so when you get home, they might, take the stuff off the shelf or the table and find a home for it and dust and things, but what they don't realize is that you didn't say that they couldn't have the fish. You just said not today because there are preparatory things that need to take place, right? In order to have the fish, you got to have a home for it, which usually is a bowl or a tank of some sort. But the bowl or the tank of some sort, it has to have somewhere to sit, right? Therefore, you need to clean off a space. You need to make room. They didn't understand that part. All they saw was chores and not today. Now, I realize that that's just an example of, what sometimes little kids may do and how they may act when they hear what they hear, but adults can be doing the same thing too. You know what I'm saying? We can be pouting in our own ways because waiting is not always easy or fun. But we have to realize that whatever God is instructing us to do in the meantime, in between time, it's all preparation for the things to come, including the things that we've prayed for. If it's His will for us to have it, we can have it. It's just some preliminary things that we got to do sometime, and that's okay. We have to keep in mind that before the fish ever got there, the water was already ready, so they had a home to go to. And that's the same thing with the things that we're praying and asking for. Sometimes it's not that we can't have it, but we have to, you know, do some preparatory things in the meantime, you know, so that when we do get them, when we're blessed with them, they can thrive and grow and be everything that they're supposed to be. All right? That's all. The fish, the bowl, and the water. Peace.